campus? So you're not a student, right? Thank you. How many of you are students of this campus? Thank you. How many of you are here because you're forced to do so? Okay, not one. How many of you are here because you know that I'm coming? Thank you. So actually I've attracted some of you here. Am I like a flower attracting bees? I hope not. Because as you look at me, I'm only second most handsome to Eddie now. Thank you.
Christopher! Go Christopher!
To Christopher! Alright? How many of you ever thought that Toastmasters is actually just a club for toasting? Don't be shy, you see I have my hands up. I used to thought that too. What would a group of people doing around toasting? The whole day? The whole night? Like some of you, I went into a Toastmasters club as a guest and I observed a different perspective to what Toastmasters is all about. And that changed my life. As a young boy, I was actually an introvert. Now, if I tell you I'm an introvert now, do you believe it? No. But I was actually very shy. I was speaking to people. I remembered when I first joined this direct selling group and I had to do my first presentation of sharing about how the products actually helped my father to get well. Only in front of about 8 people in a small room. I did a 3-minute sharing. I was wearing a white shirt, a red tie. By the end of 3 minutes, my whole shirt was drenched. That was my first ever public speaking experience. To now being able to train multinational companies that do not know higher than what you guys will be getting after you get a degree for the day, it has been a tremendous change for me. I'd like to thank Toastmasters International for giving us that platform to have this transformation. But it wasn't without hard work. I still remember at the peak of my Toastmasters journey, I was at Toastmasters meeting for almost 20 nights a month. That's about one every day. And it was through this tough journey and determination that I transformed. And I always tell people, if I told you that before I joined Toastmasters English, I was speaking things like, I is a boy, would you have believed it? And by the way, I come from Singapore. That was how atrocious my English was. But with the Toastmasters training, 3 years drilling in there, it has changed me a lot. I think some of you here are still wondering, should I join Toastmasters or not? How many of you have been in these clubs? 1, 2, thank you. The rest of you all joined already, right? If not joined, you are now getting out of the door later. But if you are still thinking, my advice to you is yes. What is the worst case that can happen to you? You paid for the membership $200 over. After half a year, you learn nothing, you gain nothing, you make no new friends. You only lost that $200 over. True? But what happens if throughout this half a year journey, that 1 year journey, you became a more competent speaker? People like the way you speak. They tell you, hey, would you like to speak for us at $500 an hour? Do you know how much of transformation was that? And you say, is that possible? Why would people pay $500 an hour to speak? Let me tell you this. I will pay $2,000 an hour to speak. I will pay $25,000 a day ringgit to train. My mentor, Mr. Anthony Robbins, paid $1 million a day to train. What makes you think people won't pay? And these are what we call professional speakers. Not public speakers. The one on the walls are called public speakers. The black one. Those are called public speakers. Okay, these are professional. You know what it's called professional? Professional means money we collect, work we don't do. Imagine the professionals that we seek. Sometimes you go to the doctor, they collect a lot of money, specialists. But at the end of the whole consultation, sometimes you don't get the answer that you want. And I can relate to that a lot. Because about half a year ago, my dad had to constantly go to the hospital. My dad is old, old people get sick with high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And after all the consultations for about 3 months, I followed him for most of them. At the end of the day, the doctor said, I don't know what happened. My dad was angry. My wallet was burnt. My brother was absolutely not happy because he has to ferry our father to the hospital and then didn't do the job. And then we got home, we don't know what happened. So that's what we call professional. Okay, sorry, for those of you who want to be doctors, I'm not saying you will be one of those. I'm just saying, these are what we call professionals. Just like lawyers. You engage them to fight a law case, at the end you lose the case. Sorry, this is life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sorry again to those who are potential lawyers, but this is called professionalism. Okay, is that a fact? Yes. So, as a professional speaker, what do we do? Well, we speak for a living. Well, everybody do that to some extent. The thing is, are you grateful? Now, since most of you are students, one here who's not a student, that means you're a working adult? One there, okay, that's it. Any lecturers here in the room? One, thank you for lecturer, you speak for a living as well. The only thing is, you speak based on the syllabus that is required of you. Alright? And as professional speakers, same thing. We speak based on the criteria given to us for the training, for the speaking, for the job that is assigned to us. But I'd like to share with you this. Being a Toastmasters is one of the cheapest way. In fact, it's not one of. It is the cheapest way for you to learn how to speak and get paid for it. If you are wondering why are you in Toastmasters, why do you need to join Toastmasters? I think the eventual goal is you must be able to speak so that you can make money out from speaking. Yeah, I don't need that. Actually, my school teach me too. Are you sure? How many of you have gone through sometimes of some project presentations where after your friends or classmates present, at the end you don't know what the hell they're talking about? Wow, you look at the amount of hands. So do you now agree that speaking is really a skill and an art? Yes. The better you learn how to speak, I guarantee you, the more A's you see on your scorecards. The better you learn how to speak, the more money you have in your pocket. There's no doubt about it. How do we know? From experience. Where does experience come from? From banging enough walls up. Alright? When you say bang walls, it means we make mistakes along the way. And we have been through that. I remember one of the very first few trainings I did with my partner back in Singapore. I made a very big mistake in front of the corporate training where I speak something that doesn't deliver in the tonality it's supposed to deliver in. And after that, well, no major disasters happen, but my friend told me, see, as a Toastmasters, as a speaker, you need to be able to deliver messages in the tonality that the audience needs to receive the message in. For example, if you are having a relationship, I know Valentine's Day is coming, how many people going for Super Valentine's celebration this Friday? Singles Night. Singles Night. Can I make myself available? For example, if you have a relationship this Friday, you're going to have your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you look at him or her and says, darling, I love you! What reaction will you get? Slap on your face, right? And if you say, this is our day, let's celebrate it. I know the girl's heart's melt, okay? Later can go to the back to apply. There's so much things you can learn in the Toastmasters. From presenting your first speech, introducing yourself, avoiding or overcoming the phobia of speaking to a crowd of people like this. This is one of my smallest crowds. To speaking to large groups of people. To project 10, where you're supposed to inspire and activate the audience to take actions towards a common cause. This will be a journey for many of you. And if I were to remember that small incident of 3 minutes of having to speak to around 8 people and have my whole shirt wet, I couldn't forgive myself and forget that I really have to move out of my comfort zone, I would not be where I am today. And very often we need to learn how to forgive ourselves. it's okay that you make blunder, especially in a club like this, where you only receive positive feedback. Of course, sometimes you receive critics, but these are what we call positive feedback. Because the world out there, I guarantee you, will never be so nice to you. You make a mistake in front of your boss, your superiors, or in front of your client, there goes your project, there goes your pay, there goes your commission, and there goes your bonus. In the real world out there, there's no such chance. This is a platform where you can train yourself up and make as many mistakes as possible. Because you know why, friends? Will you make mistakes and die in Toastmasters Club? Well, 10 over years with the Toastmasters International, I've never heard of anyone speaking, make a mistake and die. Never. So I think this is a very safe place to make mistakes. Agree? Yes. How many of you here are willing to make more mistakes? Thank you. Please join the Toastmasters. Especially the training this Saturday, which I'll be conducting. There's a Toasties camp. In fact, I think how many more vacancies do we have?
Around 20.
Around 20. We have 20 more vacancies for the Toasties camp this Saturday. Let me assure you, this Saturday, when you join the camp, you will have an out-of-the-world experience. Now, not out of body, I say out of the world experience. There's a difference. Right, so for those of you who are still deciding whether you should join or not, I would strongly encourage you to do. And this is the first time Toastmasters of Taylor's Club is going to host and organize one with me helping them to anchor and orchestra the whole training. You will enjoy it, I guarantee. How many of you would like to have more fun? How many of you would like to have fun and learn things? How many of you would like to have fun and make money some more? Good. Okay? If you have not joined the training for this Saturday, please go. And you realize what this is all about. It is going to be very fun because we believe that young people like you, including me, love to have fun. True? Yes. And because you love to have fun, and because this is Chinese New Year, you actually find a red packet on your seat. True? Right? If your seat next to you is empty, you can take that out. Okay? Because this is my last public speech before the Chinese New Year ends. I'm giving you guys all an angpao. Inside there's some money, alright, and you can go to my team in the lab to redeem your money. What happens is this. We realize that Toastmasters, people who join Toastmasters likes to learn. Is that true? Yes. And we'd like to offer you a one-day learning experience with us because we want you to experience what world-class training is all about. So we have designed a special training on the 1st of March, right here to be done in Taylor's College. Alright, so what you do is you can use your vouchers inside to redeem the ticket. We'd like you to make a small donation of 5 ringgit. Alright, that will go towards helping some charities that you are supporting. Right, so your 5 ringgit actually goes to the charity organizations that you are supporting. Right, but your ticket is based on the voucher that you use in your account. So the training for you is effectively free. Alright, we'd like you to experience why Toastmasters can help you to become an international trainer. Why Toastmasters can help you to become an international speaker. Why Toastmasters can help you to become an international coach. Because the ability to speak will enhance your ability to think. And imagine, today you are able to speak better than your lecturer. Your lecturer has no choice but to give you an answer. I've been to many presentations, including competitions. If you are not aware, next Saturday in Taylor's Lakeside, I'm one of the judges for the NYEW competition project. And it is all this ability that we have overcome and acquired over the years that helped us. But this has been the best case for us to learn, for us to make mistakes. But there are some people who say, yes, I heard something, the hurt was just too deep for us to overcome. Okay. I know sometimes we have been hurt in your father or mother has said something, hey, why are you so stupid? Or why are you so lousy? Some of us have gone through this period when we grow up. And by the way, I face that too. My parents are very traditional parents. Okay, especially my mother. How many of you would love to get 90 marks and be rewarded for it? You get your exam, 90 marks in exams. How many would love to get 90 marks and get rewarded? Good, thank you. How many of you would like to get 90 marks and still get caned for it? Well, that's what I received when I was young. But you think that's bad? Let me tell you something worse. I got 100 marks and still get caned. I was top 1% from Singapore in PSLE, top 1% in Singapore. I had a chance to go to Raffles Institute, which is the best secondary school in Singapore. Alright. Not only when I was in primary 3, but with my primary 6 PSLE results, but I was denied that privilege because the school was too far away from my home. My mother didn't allow me to go. And I harbored this hatred in my heart for many years. And I remember in my secondary school, I kept on telling my mother, if only you had allowed me to go to RI today, I'll be very good, I'll be top 1% in Singapore again. I used to quarrel my mom that. And it's because of this hatred in my heart, I live very bitter. It was many years after that when I came to God again, and I realized that forgiveness is a very big part of our life, and especially forgiving our parents. You see, our parents love us anyways, especially our mothers. True? They gave birth to us. Our fathers gave us food, gave us education, supported us. No, our fathers didn't give birth to us. And I can assure you, many of you here would have had some form of grievances against your parents because of this or that. True? Yes? How many of you are honestly willing to admit that you have some grievances against your parents? Thank you for your honesty. But let me share with you this. They love us anyways. When you learn to forgive all that has happened in the past, you learn to embrace the blessings that is coming your way. It's easier said than done, Jacky. I know, I went through that. But it took me an awakening. And this awakening was a very big deal. In 1 week, I lost my business, I lost my relationship, I lost a loved one, I lost my car, I basically lost everything I had. It was a great awakening call. And looking back, a lot of people say, why me? I say, thank God it's me. Because of that, I've grown to become so much stronger in my determination, in my know-how, in correction. So sometimes don't look at obstacles and setbacks and say, why me? Say, why not me? What can I learn from this? Many a times, besides forgiving our parents, the next very important person we forgive ourselves. I know some of you here may have gone through certain challenges that you had in the past, and you still hold yourself responsible for these mistakes. Now everyone, please give me your fist. I'd like you to imagine that all that you have done, right or wrong, is now in your fist. And I want you to slowly open it and release it up. Give it all to whatever God release it and say, I forgive myself. See how you do. Just release it. Forgive yourself for the past mistakes that you had, but embrace yourself and encourage yourself for all the good things that you have ever done. Then you learn on to move into the betterment that's what you want. Life has ups and downs. You ask me, Jacky, you are a Singaporean, why are you in Malaysia? A lot of Malaysians going to Singapore to work to make $6. Here is one clown coming to Malaysia to do business, earn ringgit, go back and spend $6. Crazy, right? Yeah. But do you know that the world actually needs creative people like us to turn the world around? How many of you here own an iPhone or a Samsung smartphone? Thank you, wow, so many. If you look at a phone right now, There's either one button or no buttons at all, right? But where did this come from? From one crazy man called Steve Jobs who decided that the phone should have only one button. Remember the good days where our Sony Ericsson and Nokia, you can even talk and chat at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Now everything is one hand. You can even do it with no buttons. But it takes one crazy man like Steve Jobs to say, that's it, this will be the standard. And in the future, Google is coming out with phones without being on the phone. It's going to be in the spectacles. I think you all know that, right? Yeah, the Google Glass. You say, okay, Google Glass, show me the map for to Taylor's College. It's right in front of you. Technology will be changing. Technology will be upgrading. Question is, how many of you here are ready to upgrade your internal CPU? Which is here. How many of you are ready to refresh your BIOS? Which is your heart. I hope I speak computer language you understand. Because if you don't understand, you're probably not of this generation. See, in life we want so many things, gadgets, new ones, new technology, BIOS, RAM, so that we want faster, better. Yeah, we want all these physical things. And look at ourselves. Are we ready to forgive and forget? Program ourselves to be faster, better, and a better thing. These are choices that you have to make. And I made that decision many years ago. And looking back, I've never regretted. And that's why when we were talking about holding the Toasties camp here in Taylor's to enrich new Toastmasters with skills on communications, skills on leadership, I make no promise about supporting this idea because I knew I had been a beneficial blessing of this training at Toastmasters system. To be able to serve on as one of the youngest judges that Toastmasters International has ever trained in the history of Toastmasters at a young age of 26, I'm extremely privileged to be one of those people that can do so. Now, of course, times are getting where young people like you are having the chance to do so. Right? You may want to break my record and challenge you can. Right? Where you can sit on board an international contest and be the youngest judge in the Federal Toastmasters International. That would be great calling. That will be a credential on your resume that no one else will ever have if you're able to present that to your boss or your future boss. These are what we call extra achievements. And today, if you think you want to enter the corporate world, just with a piece of degree. I have a friend here checking with him. It's not very happy. Because today, I take the 50 cents, I go to Subway Pyramid, I close my eyes and I throw. It's not to hit the university. That's fact. So what makes the difference from the rest of the university graduates? Unless there's something extra. Something that people are not willing to put in the time, effort and commitment to achieve. And Toastmasters International is one of the cheapest, fastest and the safest place for you to achieve this kind of thing. It is interesting to know that many of you are the first year students. How many first year students do we have here? Okay, about half. How many seniors do we have here? Okay. How many expired ones do we have here? Not yet. Expired means you're no longer in this school. Alright. Being a student, let me share with this. There's really nothing. An investment of 200 over bucks is worth much lesser than the handphone that you're holding on to. Because most of you hold either iPhone or Samsung or even something like that. Okay? If you are still holding on to that old Nokia phone, then of course they want to. Now most of you holding on to a smartphone. You have the ability to afford such a membership where you can learn and interact not only with students from this college, but Toastmasters from other clubs as well. I know there's a culture of this club to go so-called clubbing. Initially, I thought they really go to this one. It's not clubbing. No? But they actually go clubbing and they visit other clubs as well. So you get to know friends from club college, Inti College, wherever, colleges, or even to go even to the adults club, like the Money Mastery Toastmasters Club, Money in the Toastmasters Club, and learn and interact and build relationships. Now, the last thing I want to say is, please, when you go to other clubs, build relationships, especially with adults, because they can be your future mentors who will help and guide you to a better career path. And in your times of need, in your times of challenges, they may be the ones that will give you advice and counsel. So Toastmasters International has too much benefits. If you are not going to join, I really have no logical reasoning behind that. The only thing that are probably stopping you is either time or money. If these two can be resolved, I strongly urge you to talk to any of the EXCO members. Grab them, hug them, make sure you sit down and say, I want to join Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmasters.